like West Side, 7, yeah, and then 8, and 9, and then 10. Good job. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
here
we're
in
going to.
Arizona, this is the Wildcats for the Arizona. No, University of Arizona. Arizona State University. This is the Pitchfork. Sorry, I got my colleges all mixed
Yeah,
up.
aren't they the Sun Devils?
Yeah, Arizona Sun Devils.
I rebuke it. In Jesus' name.
We actually have a stadium called Tempe Diablo.
Nice. The Temple of Satan.
Say that again.
We actually have a stadium called Tempe. Tempe.
Tempting.
Tempe.
Tempe de Diablo. It's Spanish for Temple of Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never going to support that football team, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay, so now 11 through 20. This is the next set of numbers that are odd men out. And after that, your numbers get pretty basic. As long as you can remember your 0 through your 9, you'll be able to assign every number out there. Well, until you get to 100, then it's a little bit different.
Is
So
0
11.
the same as O? We didn't go over 0 last week. Is 0 the same as
yeah.
O?
Yeah,
okay.
Same as O. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you have 11. You're going to grab it with your finger like you're flicking a booger. 11, 12 is 2 fingers. You're flicking up. 13. You will also see this sign of somebody saying ha ha. They're saying ha ha. Something's funny. Ha ha. But you only see them do it twice because it's funny. They say ha ha. All right. 14. 15. The only difference between 14 and 15 is your thumb. 14, 15. Now, 16 through 19, there are 3 different ways to sign it. Whatever you are most comfortable with is the way you can sign it. And I understand all 3 ways. All 3 ways are still used today. And the first way is 16. You just move your pinky down your thumb. And then when you go to 7, this is 7, 17, your ring finger hits your thumb. 18, your middle finger rubs your thumb. 19, your index finger rubs your thumb. Back it up. 16, you just take a 6 and shake it. 17, take a 7 and shake it. 18, 19. Or, I don't like this way. I lied earlier. I don't like this way, but I understand it. But I don't like watching people use it because I got to think of 2 numbers in my head really fast, and I'm just no good at math. 16. 610.
Oh.
710. 810. 910.
Yeah.
So that's your 16, 17, 18, and 19. Oh, my hand don't like it either. Hey, hi, who? Hi, oh, I don't know you. That's from
20.
Kingdom Hearts, though. Code. No, that's Kyrie. Anyway, in 20. 20.
Yeah. Like pinching a crab claw.
Yeah, like you. The reason why is because it's 2, 0. And then when you do it really fast.
Okay.
You don't want to do it here to your face because that's bird.
Yeah, you put it by your face at the bird. So yeah, that's just how it's become over time. It's 20, and laziness and deaf culture just got it where they say 20 instead of doing the 0 or 2, 0, 2, 0. And the reason they do 2 this way is because most of your 20s are done with your 2 being done this way.
Not this way.
21, 2, 1, 2, 1. And it just looks like you're banging a gun. But you won't see people do it like this. They will turn their hand most of the time and say 21. And then you have 22. And then you go back to the index finger and the thumb being your two. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then 30. So your
Hang
only odd number out is 22. Yeah.
23, you just stick
Yep.
that finger up.
23.
Okay. And then 24, you switch, right? 24. Okay.
Mhm. 24.
Okay.
And then 25, you just extend your hand from 2 to 5. And you will see a lot of people signing 25 like this.
Yeah.
It's just how they done it. 25.
Because that's the 2 and that's 5.
Say what?
Because this is the 2 and this is the 5, so they just do 25.
They
Okay.
just do it. I don't, because if I go from here to here, that's 3 fingers. So it's confusing to me when I think of it.
That's what?
But the sign is still widely accepted. Most people know it as the I love you handshake as well.
Yeah.
And so, but when you're doing it fast, they're not really thinking of the I love you handshake. They're just thinking of 25. But I, by default, take my pinky down and say 25. And then 26, 27, 28, and 29. Then after that, your numbers are perfectly normal. As long as you remember 1 through 9, you'll remember all your numbers, because it's 31, 32. And you just move your number slightly over. 39, 55, 57, 72, 81, and so on and so forth. So after your 20s are over, the weirdness stops. Yes, ma'am.
Do you move your hand, like if you're looking at a piece of paper, you see the left number first, but would I sign it to you with your left first? So would I say 55 or 55?
Your left first. So how you see it on a piece of paper, if you're
Okay.
taking it up and you're looking at, that's how you sign it. Because
Okay.
in sign language, you're mirrored. So I know when you're doing left, your left is my right. And
Okay.
so I'm swapping perspectives with you and seeing it the same way you do it. And
Okay.
so in reality, it doesn't even really matter which way you go, because the left-handed would sign 82, and they would move to the left even though they write to the right.
Mhm.
And so it really doesn't matter. You just want to, I can still say, okay, so if I'm right-handed, I can still say 82, and it would still be correct because I'm 82. But just by
So it's
default,
about which
you
number's
want,
first. Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
It kind of does it naturally. Like if I'm saying 30, 35, I'm saying 35. But if I'm saying 53, oh yeah, 53, I'm bringing it back.
Right. Well, but you want to create your natural tendencies, like when you're spelling your name. Like if you notice when you spell your name, well, most of y'all haven't quite got there yet. But just over time, when you associate sign language with English and you intermix them so much, you will start noticing, like when I sign my name, my hand naturally flows to the right. My name is Jasper,
Mhm.
because that's how I write it on paper. And so that's the intermixing of sign language and English. And so over time, once you start associating the two, you'll see, like even now when you spell, because like if you have, does anybody have 2 letters in their name? Corey, you have 2 R's. So you have C-O-R, and then your hand, when you do the R, you don't have to say C-O-R-R. You can, but it's so much easier to say C-O-R.
Mhm.
It just flows better. And so once you get accustomed to that, then you'll start noticing that each word you start moving to the right.
Mhm.
And that's just but it doesn't really have to be English grammatically correct, because if you're left-handed and you're signing it, you're going to your left. And that's just how you fall naturally. Make sense?
Okay.
Cool. All right. Do we need to go over the vocabulary from last week? Everybody got it down?
It
If I
couldn't hurt.
quiz y'all,
You have new
okay.
people.
We do, don't we?
Mhm.
Hi, Carrie, Corey. I'm not sure how to say your name, but hi. Welcome.
Hi, it's Kari.
Yeah. Corey. Cool. Got it. All right. Who remembers the sign for girl? I said it that way because that's how I used to say it as a kid. My mom would always fuss at me. She's like, you gotta know how to talk proper to survive in the hearing world. It's girl. Not bad, ma. All right, who remembers the sign for girl? Girl. But what about the sign for boy?
Like a
Boy.
cat, baseball cap.
With the cap. Good job. Good job. Brother.
Ooh.
I did
Brother.
this.
Brother. Child.
Then I have a quick question. Sorry. I didn't see the video from last week for brothers. So whenever you take it from your forehead down, are you signing like the letter K? Or what do your fingers look like when you're joining them?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
He's asking about the sign for the letter for the boy.
It's just pointer fingers, right?
Oh no, yeah, it's just two, it's just one finger sticking up
Okay.
and you just bring it straight down. Somebody asked me about the L-shaped hand last week. I think
Yeah.
Corey, you asked me about that. Yeah, so some people tend to do that by default. They'll have the L shape and they'll hit like this. And that's okay too. I don't know why people do that, but they do. Actually, I remember why last week.
You said that you see it more in the hearing world.
I said what?
You said they do that more in the hearing world than in the deaf community.
Right. Yeah. And I have no idea why, but they do. So
It
cool,
might
yeah.
be because instead of having like for boy, it's just bringing one out instead of all the other, so it's easier.
And you still would be correct if you signed brother. I mean, there's no wrong sign there as long as you're identifying that it's the boy, that is the masculine sign first. And so more than anything, the sibling, because that would be the sibling term, your hand hitting right here. So you're identifying that it's a boy, and that's why you can point above your head, and you don't point straight to your forehead. You just put your hand up, and because your hand's gonna fall like this, over time they just started adapting and putting the hand up there, and because it's just awkward to sign boy. I mean brother, sorry, brother. It's an awkward flow of hands. Like if you're signing sister and you sign girl first, it's a nice flow of hands. Like you're just putting your thumb down and sticking your index finger out. But with brother, it's just easier to already have the finger out, I reckon. I don't know. We'll have to talk to Gallaudet about that. And that other dude from France. For those of you who don't know, American Sign Language is based on French Sign Language. While many of our signs are similar, and a sign language created by Martha's Vineyard. Back a long time ago, Martha's Vineyard was an island, I think off of Rhode Island, or Massachusetts, one of them northern states, and they had a predominantly deaf population, but they had for a long time no spoken language because they had a lot of hearing people in their community as well. But instead of communicating verbally, they all learned sign language because they had so many deaf people, and it was just easier to have a visual language than a verbal language. So that's cool. So if Martha's Vineyard can do it, I think the whole world can do it. But, you know, everybody's selfish and nobody wants to learn sign language except for y'all. Y'all are awesome. Welcome.
I mean, I
All right,
remember around the world, it's different. Like sign language is universal, but American sign language is different too.
Yeah, just about every country out there has its own unique sign language. British sign language.
Don't they do more with the other hand, like with their
Yeah,
alphabet?
with a hand like A's like this or something. It's strange. Somebody sent it to me and they were like, "Look, Jasper, ASL," and I was like watching it and I had a stroke. I was like, I think they're faking it. But then when they started spelling something, I realized, oh, they're British sign language. But yeah. All right, moving on. Who remembers the sign for father?
Wait, yeah,
Father.
yeah. That's
Luke,
right.
I am your father. Divorce. But rebuke it in Jesus' name. Gotta be married to have a divorce. Grandma, mama, mima, whatever you say it from where you are.
Abuela, abuelita.
Yeah, grandma. What about papa or papa or grandpa, wherever you're from? Hey. Hey.
Are you saying hey? Oh,
Yeah, how you sound? Hey.
Oh,
I thought you said
Hey.
a.
hey.
All right. Hey,
Hi,
y'all.
Marla.
Right.
I thought you said a, and I was like,
Oh.
what?
I thought you said egg.
Blame it on the deaf talk. That's all we gotta do. It's the speech impediment.
I actually have
How?
that too.
Hmm.
How?
No,
How?
that's what, isn't it?
H-O-W.
What?
That's what, yeah. How
No.
starts here.
Yeah, you're right.
How?
Yeah.
How? Mhm. How many?
Okay.
How many? Live. Where do you live?
Ooh. Yeah,
Where do
that's
you live?
right.
Yep. Marriage. Marriage.
I forget.
Sister. We did that one.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody should get this one. We just talked about
Daughter.
sister. Sister. Spell. Spell the word. Spell it. Work. Good job. No, we are not on list 23. We're on list 3. All right, this week, again, we're going to do a repeat of last week, how I said each letter, I spelled it, and then I'll show you the sign, and you copy the sign, but also try to copy my spelling as well. And this helps you get into the habit of spelling the words yourself. It helps you get into a more comfortable way of spelling words in sign language. And it will be very useful to you, I promise, because you don't ever want to start advancing your signs without really building a foundation with your ABC, because your ABCs are so vital in sign language, because you're not always going to know the sign for a word. You're going to need to be able to spell a word, and you're going to find it very awkward that if you can sign beautifully and you can't spell a word in sign language because you don't know your ABCs. So we really want to get our ABCs down. So follow me on the ABCs. I will voice the letter, and then once everybody repeats the word back to me, I will show you how to sign them. All right. The first couple of words are really all of them are easy. They're all short words, so it's very easy to. All right. A-L-L.
Oh.
A-L-L. There's 2 ways to sign this. All. Your hand going over and then back on top. All. And then the second way is you start with an A, and from the right to the left if you're right-handed, or from the left to the right if you're left-handed, you just spell all. With your hand, with your palm facing up. All. You can sign all, but that's lazy. Not really lazy, it's how you spell the word. You can say all if you want to, but generally you're saying all those people, all those books, all.
When I do this, I'm thinking like I'm combining something, like you're making something, you're combining it, all of it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. All come together, absolutely. Next word, A-S-K. 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 Nobody said the word yet, so I'm not sure we are.
Ask. We can all read, Jasper.
All right, there's a couple ways to sign this as well. The first one is your hand start here in front of you. Ask. So as you're coming up, you put them together. Ask. Ask. Some people put them together and in Jesus' name.
That's like pray.
Yeah. Ask. The other way is ask. This one's really cool. I sign ask. You're drawing a question mark in the air.
Oh,
Ask.
I like that.
Ask. That's how I tend to sign it. Let me ask you a question. Do y'all have any questions for me? Ask.
Yeah.
Or you can sign ask, whichever one's
I've
easier.
seen it more towards the mouth, like this. Ask.
But
I've seen it more towards the mouth, like coming right from the mouth, like this.
what's that?
Ask.
Ask.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I haven't seen that sign. Ask. I mean, I haven't seen that sign. Sorry. Sign
If I
ask
remember.
and ask. Got you. All right, next one is BATHROOM.
That's bathroom.
Bathroom.
Yeah, bathroom.
Very important sign to know, especially if you're hearing and you're going to where a lot of deaf people are and you need to ask a deaf person, where can you go potty? You need to know this sign. There's two. Restroom. With an R, restroom. But deaf people, we blunt. We don't call it a restroom. We call it the toilet because that's where we go. So it's the toilet. Where the toilet. Ain't no point beating around the bush. I ain't going to sleep in this room. So why would I call it a restroom? This is the poop room. This is where the toilet is. So where's the toilet? And also when you're asking where's the toilet, you don't even have to sign where is the toilet. You can just lower your eyebrows. Where's the toilet? Just shake the toilet. Because they shorten that one because they know most of the time it's an emergency and you gotta go. I'm like, where's the toilet? I gotta go.
So if you were in class, how would you ask, can I go to the bathroom? Like we always had to ask, like, may I be excused?
I go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I go to the toilet. Yeah. So in deaf culture, it's just you're blunt.
Okay.
Like I mean, I'm. This is actually a very important part of deaf culture. Deaf people are not afraid to point out the first most obvious thing about you. For example, I had this friend, I forgot what it's called. I think it's cerebral palsy. It might have been something different, but they had a hand that was pulled up to their chest and they walked a little differently.
Yeah, that's cerebral palsy.
Huh?
Yeah, it's cerebral palsy.
Right. Well, I think they had something else. Well, I can't remember. It was like dystonia or something. They had
Muscular
two. Got
dystrophy?
cerebral palsy.
Muscular dystrophy.
Maybe that may have been it. But so we were all, me and my friends. This was in college. I was a Gallaudet. Me and my football friend, because I was a jock. It's a cool jock though. I was a nice guy. I wasn't the jerk jock. But we were all talking, and I had another friend of mine that was there with me, and he was hearing, but he was learning sign language, so he came to Gallaudet to visit me and to get the deaf culture exposure. So we were, and he's fluent in sign language, but he hadn't had a lot of deaf culture, access. And so the first bit of access that he had to deaf culture is we were sitting around and we were talking about Jacob, who was my friend with cerebral palsy. And so we were telling a story about something he did, because he's one of the funniest dudes you ever meet. Like, he makes jokes about his own disabilities all the time. You have you rolling on the ground. Like, first you'll be like, should I laugh or should I not? But then you're
Wait,
gonna
so
laugh
he
every
has
time.
cerebral palsy and he's deaf?
Yeah, he's deaf too. Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
actually
God.
very common. It's very common to have cerebral palsy and be deaf. I don't know why.
I can't
but it is.
imagine how hard that would be for him to sign.
It was very hard. And so he only had fluid, like he didn't have fluid movement, but he had best movement in his left hand. And he would move a little bit with his right hand. So he was able, he had full range with his left hand. And he was sign like, the sign for paper is paper. So that's how I would sign. He would have to sign paper.
Mhm.
He was something like that. And but yeah, so we was talking a story about Jacob, and my friend asked, "Who's Jacob?" And he goes, "You know Jacob." And my friend does know Jacob, but he wasn't aware that he knew Jacob. And so he's like, "You know Jacob, that boy." And in the hearing world, that's extremely offensive. I just mocked this person. In deaf culture, it is not. Because that the way to identify in the deaf, because you may have people that have the same sign name. Like one common sign name that's popular to see here is R.
Mhm.
Just R on your chin. That can mean I know somebody with name with this sign name Renee. I know a Raven with this sign name. I know a Robert with this sign name. I know a Richard with this sign name, and it's very common. So how do I identify which one I'm talking about? So when he signed Jacob, was Jacob's sign is this. He was asking, "Who is Jacob?" And he goes, "You know the Jacob with the bad walk." And my friend was like, "Oh my God, what?" And I'm like, no, it's fine. This is deaf culture. And he was like, "I don't like it no more. I don't like it. I can't do that." And
I
so
love it all of a sudden. I won't be rude.
that, I mean, they use it against every. So like when you hear it, like if you ever hear a deaf person describe you, and they have to say the first most obvious thing about you. And for some people, they go straight to hair or eyes. For some people, it's stuff they're more insecure about. And so, but you have to take that with a grain of salt in the deaf culture. And especially if you're like, if you're somebody that struggles with weight or the way your body looks, and you don't like being called out on that, I understand. But in deaf culture, it just the way you do it. Like people identify me when they say Jasper, that big dude, because I'm the big dude. And they may call you fat. They may call you. They may like over exaggerate how fat you are. I have a friend, Jabbar. His name is Jabbar. It's so big. This dude's like 450 pounds. And so whenever we're like, "Hey, you know Jabbar?" And they'll go, "Who?" And we'll go, "The monkey man." Because he's really fat, and the boy don't know how to take care of his teeth. So his teeth look like a monkey.
Oh, gosh.
God.
We're like, "Oh yeah, the bar."
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Bar. I ain't seen him in like 10 years. That's my boy. He's funny, man. But yeah, so if you're ever in a deaf culture situation, you're surrounded by deaf people, and they point out the most obvious thing about you. If it's something you're insecure about, just let it go through one ear and out the other. They don't mean anything about it. They'll identify you. It's how we identify. And so thankfully I got the best of both worlds, and I know when not to do it. I'll find any other reason, any other thing to say. Like I'll focus on your head, your eyes, on your height. I'll talk about your height, what kind of car you drive, where you go to school, what kind of clothes you wear, before I ever say anything about your age or your weight. I do it. I won't do it. I ain't trying to die. Okay.
You trying to die?
Next.
He said, "I ain't trying to die."
Ain't trying to do it. Next sign is B-I-G.
Big.
Big.
B-I-G. And hey, Shannon, when you're signing B, make sure you have your fingers together. You don't want to separate them. You want to keep them together. B-I-G. Big. So you have, yeah, like you're holding a cookie or something. Yeah. Big. So you start small, and then you just move it out. Big. This is like, "Oh man, I made a big mistake," or "I have a big table. I am a big person."
Would you say I have a big brother?
No, you would say, "I have a big, older,
Big.
Older.
I have an older brother."
Okay.
And because most of the time, like I have two big sisters, but if I say big, Well, my older sister, she was pretty fat, but she was a big girl. But neither one of them are bigger than me. So I can't, by deaf cultural rules, I can't call her
This
bigger
is size.
because she's not big, right? And so yeah, this is all about size. Even if it's like stuff that you can't really measure. You still
Is
say
this just
big.
big or is it also tall?
Tall.
Tall is tall.
Okay, tall.
Tall.
Okay.
Tall. Or you can use one finger. Some people use one
I've
finger.
seen people
Tall.
do this even like
They can say tall. Why you tall? But yeah, big is just for
Okay. The
Like
size
a
of
big-
things. Okay.
Yeah,
big
object,
pillow,
mostly objects. Yeah, mostly
like a
objects.
big pillow.
And for people, it's a completely different. I don't know why I'm laughing at this so much. It's because I'm fat. I know it's because I'm fat.
Well, I mean, like the store,
So
big
yeah,
and tall.
yeah.
That would be big and tall, right?
No,
If you were talking about the store.
big and tall.
Big and tall.
I'd be big and tall because
That's
it's talking
funny.
about like body size. So
That's
body,
funny.
you say big, you say big. And you have
Okay.
a big belly that sticks out way out to here. That's a sign for big.
But you wouldn't say big, like in front of you, unless you were talking about an object. Okay.
Yeah, this is just for objects.
Okay.
And you can say he's got big feet. He's on that. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. We have
Okay.
big and then big for people and then big for objects. Next word. Moving on.
Okay.
CITY.
City.
CITY. City.
I always
City.
forget that one.
City.
Do that again.
CITY. 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 This is also defined for community, for town, like the deaf community, the hearing community, other community, town, city, everything meaning that general type of word. CLASS. I sound like the ESPN guy right there. Have y'all ever played like an EA Sports game on PlayStation or Xbox?
No.
It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game. Yeah.
Class.
CLASS. Class, right? Class.
And this is like a classroom.
Yeah, like classroom. This class. A class of animals.
Oh, okay. So it's different.
Yeah,
How do-
class,
how-
everything. The
How do you
word
say
class.
dismissed?
Huh?
How do you say dismissed? Like class dismissed?
Class dismissed.
Oh, just
Like
kind of like
done.
divorce almost.
Over.
Or some people will say class dismissed, which is class excused. Either one. Class is over or class excused. Either one.
Yeah. My teacher.
If you
would
watch
do
me,
the
I
eye-
say class dismissed at the end. I say class dismissed.
My teacher, one of my first sign language teacher, he would do class. It's just slow and easy. It's like, okay.
As another one is class is over. The end. Yeah, you just chop off your fingertip. COME.
Come.
COME. Come. We got any parents in the group. I know Corey's parents gonna be using that sound a lot. Come here. Come on now. If I go upside
I
that head.
already used that. I didn't even know that was a sign.
I brought you into this world. I can take you out. Come here. Come. So you're starting from over there. And generally, I start with my hands up. Like some people will start like this. I don't. That's awkward. Come here. Come here. So, and you're not pointing to yourself, you're pointing down in front of you. Come in. Next, DONTLIKE.
Don't like.
I don't like.
It's
Don't
throwing it out. Throw it out.
Remember the sign for like?
Mm-hmm.
Like this. Start here. You don't pull out. You just start here. Don't like. Don't like it. Don't like it.
Like you throw it away. Throw away the like.
Yeah, like you're throwing away. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. Another way to sign it is I don't like. I don't like. This is the sign for don't. It's really what we call a negation sign. So you say, I don't understand. I don't follow. I don't read. It's all negation. And so you'll see it a lot. In the recent years, they've actually tried to eradicate the sign because they feel like it's really unnecessary because you can say, I don't like it. And you can use your head to negate a lot of things. You can even sign, I don't like it. I don't like it. Remember, I do understand. I don't understand. I want it. I don't want it. There's another sign I don't want. Don't want it. We're getting that. No, that's actually a sign on here. So I will teach you how to do it. Yep, in just a little bit. Next one. Family. F A M I L Y.
Family.
Family. Family. That's just got a flow to it. Family. Family. Like class, but with an F. Family. Oh, it's family. And family means nobody gets left behind.
Or forgotten.
Lilo and
Or
Stitch.
forgotten. You can't forget that.
Or forgotten, sorry. I didn't watch it that much as a kid.
Ohana. How did you sign? Did you just spell it out? Ohana?
Yeah.
Ohana.
Next word.
Okay.
Faborite. Again. Faborite. Favorita. Favorite. You have this how you have your hand, all fingers up, except your middle finger down, and you just touch your chin. That's my favorite. My favorite is banana pudding. My favorite is cheeseburger. My favorite is pizza. My favorite is the Atlanta Braves.
Favorite color?
Favorite color is orange.
Orange. Nice.
I have so much orange stuff around here. Actually, I don't have anything orange in this kitchen.
Your shirt isn't orange.
I need to fix that. That's sad. I need more orange in my kitchen. My room is full of orange. Next word. F-I-N-E. Excuse me. E. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You fine. Two completely different signs. I get asked all the time, so I figured I'd skip the question and just go ahead and show it to you. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm good. Everything's fine. And you're fine. Just think John Travolta or Elvis. Whatever Elvis said back in the day. Oh yeah. So you fine. Yeah, sorry. I can't hear you, Corey. You're muted.
So sorry, forgot I put myself on mute. In the deaf community, is it the same as like the facial expressions that you were talking about. Like if a girl, you're asking, you know, what's wrong? She's fine. Would you be able to tell she wasn't fine?
Wait,
So
I
like
didn't
one of the
understand.
biggest
One more
thing
time.
in the hearing world is for people to say I'm fine when they're not fine.
Yeah.
So if somebody said, I'm fine, would you know they weren't fine?
I can tell just by the way you sign it.
Okay.
Yeah, that same kind of thing. They'll be like, I'm fine, I'm all right. Yeah, they do the exact same thing in the deaf world.
Okay.
And I do it all the time. I'm like, I'm fine. Actually, that's my telltale sign. If I'm like stressed out or something, I was fine. I don't know why, but like one of my exes noticed it. Whenever I wasn't fine, I was fine. But whenever I was good, I was fine. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm good. But if I wasn't, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So like, you lying to me. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. Yeah. Any more? Yeah. Dag nabbit. Any more questions? We good? Moving on. But, okay. FROM. 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 Where are you from? Where are you from? G-O. Man, that's a hard word to spell. G-O. What's that spell?
Go.
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 G. G. Go. Go. Oh, got it. Go is the opposite of come. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna go to the store. You have other little other little fancy signs that you can use for let's go, like let's go. Let's go. Well, let's go. Let's go. Stuff like that. G-O-O-D.
Good.
G-O-O-D. My hands kind of went weird on me. I was like G-O-O-D. That way, Bubba. G-O-O-D. Good. Good.
Oh, so this is good, not thank you.
Ooh, I skipped a word earlier. Yeah. this
Thank
is
you
good.
is without it. It's just the one hand.
I skipped bad. Yeah. Thank you is one word. One hand. Thank you. Good is on top of your other hand. Good. And I skipped a word earlier. Sorry. B-A-D.
Bad.
B-A-D. Bad. Bad. So good is hand open. Think of it like this. Like if you have children or an animal and they did good, you want to give them a treat. Your hand is open. You're giving them a treat. But if they're bad, you want to pop them on the butt or pop them on the nose. They're bad. That's the way I remember it. Now let's go down. H-E-R-E.
Here.
E-R-E. H-E-R-E. Here. Here. Mhm.
Wouldn't that be confused with what?
Depends on context. And so you're saying, what is your name? You can say, here is your name. And so it's all about your context of your sentence. There are some signs that are similar, and they like F and 9 are similar. It's all about context. Somebody raise their hand. I thought I saw a hand flash up. No, we're good. Okay, yeah. H-O-W. H-O-U-S-E. H-O-U-S-E. House. 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 Just think of the old ugly drawings you used to do as a kid. You know, no house actually looks like that now. But how it comes down and then it goes straight down. That's house. House. M-O-R-E.
More.
More. M-O-R-E. More. That's not how you sign it. Do not sign it like this. That is not appropriate. That
Oh,
is not
okay.
correct. You will be corrected if you sign it like this. Tap it together. That's how you do it. More. N-E-E-D.
Need.
N-E-E-D. Need. I need some more chocolate milk for sure, because I'm all out. Need. Good job. Next, S-C-H-O-O-L.
School.
S-C-H-O-O-L. School. Right. School. Same as paper. Cool. Next, S-O-S-O.
So.
So. How you sign it? So, like in the hearing ward, like you be like, so. Same in Megaton. So. You say down. So. You can also use it for mediocre. Like how was the food? It was alright. S-M-A-L-L. S-M-A-L-L.
Small.
Small. Opposite of big. You start big and then you go to small. T-H-I-N-K.
Think.
T-H-I-N-K. Think. I think I want more chocolate milk.
You must want some chocolate milk.
I love chocolate milk, y'all. And look, this is as good as it gets out here. Borden Dutch chocolate milk. That is the chocolate milk to have. Most people be like, Fairlife. Let me tell you, Fairlife is horrible. I watched a video about how they treat their animals. I ain't about that. I love my cows. I don't want you to hurt my cows because cows give me milk. And if you're beating on the cows giving me milk, I'm going to be beating on you. Just the way I do it. Next, R-A-I-S-E-D. Again, R-A-I-S-E-D. Raised. Raised. I was raised in Central Alabama. I grew up in the honky tonks. No, that's the wrong word. Back it up. I grew up in the boondocks. I mean, I grew up in the honky tonks too, but inappropriate. I grew up in the boondocks. I need a nap. W-A-N-T. W-A-N-T. Want. You keep your hand open, and as you pull it to you, you don't close your fist. You just kind of like bear claws. Want. I want. I don't want. Don't want the opposite. It start bear claw close to you, and then you throw it out. I don't want it. I don't want your love. I don't know what I want. I want more chocolate milk.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm having a midlife crisis with chocolate milk, yeah. Okay. Okay. No, I can't do that one. All right. Now we're gonna do a couple practice sentences. We got a few more minutes. We're gonna do a couple practice sentences. I'm going to sign to you, and we'll take turns. I'm gonna go from my top of my screen down. So Shannon, you're actually gonna be number one. Marilla, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you wanting to participate in the practice, or you wanting to wait a couple more classes? I think this is the first class I've seen you in. I'm thinking you said wait, but you're muted.
I'm listening.
Are you listening? Okay, cool.
Yes,
All right,
please.
so we'll go from no problem. So we'll go from Shannon to Jamie to Kayla to Corey. And Crystal, we're ignoring her. Hello. Who's that? Tati. Hi, Tati. 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 Thank you. I'm deaf. I don't know how to sound out names, so I'm sorry. It sounded like I was being ridiculous.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Shannon, you are first. Are you ready?
She said no.
Bad. That's a common sign you see in sign language. TB. Too bad. Too bad. Another funny one is accept hard. Get over it. Get over it, yo. Like, accept hard. Too bad. Crystal, what's up? Man, you keep texting me. I'm just kidding, Crystal. All right. Here we go. Shannon.
I just spell it right. Do I have to do a sign back?
What? That was loud.
I said that was loud, wasn't it?
It was just a little bit. You know it's bad when the deaf guys over here going, whoa.
Well, you have a hearing aid.
And you just came up on that camera so quick, you're like, hi! Okay, what was your question? Did you have a question? What was it?
I think she said, do I sign it or what?
Do I just
Yeah,
spell
you
it?
sign that. Yeah, you would spell the city where you live.
Okay, that's what I thought. Build up at city or anything before. So Maysville.
Maysville. That sounds like the location of a country song. Way down yonder in Maysville, where the whatever happens out there. All right, next, Jamie.
Oh God.
You got this,
God.
Jamie.
Do I like to? What was the sign? What was that? I forgot what the sign was.
Oh.
Mm,
If you don't understand the sign, I remember teaching you how to sign. I don't know what the sign means. So again, watch me.
uh-huh.
And whatever sign you see that you don't know, you copy as best as you can. If it goes, for future reference, if it goes too fast, I'm gonna be doing it really slow. You should be able to copy.
Mhm.
But in future reference, if you can't, somebody's signing too fast, you just want to copy it as best as you can. And so just keep that as a mental note. So I'll go slow. Whatever sign you see that you don't know, remember you copy the sign and then you say spell. Or you can copy the sign and then what does it mean? Okay.
Okay. I think I got it. I said yes.
No, you said I understand. This is yes.
Is that, okay. Oh.
I didn't even know what she was saying. I thought she was saying, hold on 1 second. I thought she was telling me. She was
No,
like,
so
hold on
yes.
1 second. I'm like, hold on.
So you asked me if I like learning, right?
You
Learning
like
signs.
learning signs?
Oh, yes. So,
Yes.
although I'm not good at it, obviously.
You'll get. This is only lesson 3, yo. Like we will get there. Okay. Next up is Kayla. Good job. Corey.
So you're asking me if my house is big or small, and I'm saying in the middle.
Right. All right. Forgot how to say your name. Taddy.
Patty.
Taddy.
Patty.
Do you know sign language?
Very little.
Okay,
Very little.
I got you.
I can
No problem.
spell.
Well, I will skip over you on this one, and then next week, if you join with us, we'll get you caught up. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Okay. Oh, you can't see my hand. I can't find it.
I think Crystal's the only one left.
Okay. All right, Shannon, your turn again. How about that? I remember to stop covering my mouth. Sometimes I say the words.
It's okay. I
trying to give
can't read
y'all
lips. I can't read lips, so we're all good. Why do I get laughing every time? Can you do it again?
You remember what you asked her?
Good. I got to get my game face on.
I'm gonna a lid like a
I got to
house,
put my alpha
and then
alpha face on.
it's a lost cause.
That's quick, man. Come on. All right, I'm good. I forgot the question. I don't even know.
House, and then you did this.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He did this.
didn't.
This,
And
yeah.
then he said this.
What?
Let's give up in sign language.
Oh,
Yeah, you done it. Oh, God.
Hilarious.
You understand?
Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. Skip. Oh Lord.
Oh, good.
Oh Lord.
He's throwing in the towel.
Uh, what?
Spider.
Spider?
Wait,
Spider bite?
You had a
Ow.
spider bite?
Did you have to get a shot?
Okay, see.
Okay.
You ready, Shannon?
Yes. Maybe. Your house, bathroom, toilet, whatever. How many?
Mhm. Flip your hand.
22.
Amy, you're up.
This is work, right?
Yeah.
I can tell myself do it.
This is a sign language class, not English. You gotta learn how to not depend on your voice and your ears no more. You gotta be able to do it with your hands. Ask me with your hands. Means work, right? Yes.
This again? Am I doing it right?
Hmm?
Or again? Am I doing that right? Okay, again. No, that's okay. Ah,
You spelling it right? Keep on.
I gotta remember the sound for P. I forget.
You just
You
did it.
sound P.
Is it?
You
Oh,
sound it. P.
okay.
That's how you sign hospital.
Mhm. How did you do that?
H cross, H down. Hospital.
Kind of like in the old
You know, because the
nursery.
old fashioned like nurses and doctors
They had the
uniforms,
crosses
they
and
have that
everything?
that cross right there on their shoulder. Hospital.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. I thought something weird on my forehead though. Thought I might have been a spider from earlier. Yeah, next up we got Kayla.
No, me.
Oh, I got that. It is?
I thought Kayla was last time. Maybe it was me. I don't know.
I don't know. Have a fight
I
to the
don't
death,
care.
I guess. Y'all fight it out. Work it out.
I don't care. Kayla can go next.
That's cool. All right.
What was this again?
Huh?
You're signing this.
No. He said,
What does that mean?
you think I sign good.
She said, yes, I do. So raise the roof. All right. Shannon. It's you again. Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, it's melting. Y'all was so nice to me. Yama. Yama.
You're your worst student.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. To be honest, y'all wouldn't know if I was sounding well or not, would you? Y'all just be like, we're just going with it. Somebody come up to me, I was interpreting a sermon one time, and I was just sitting there, I was just signing, and she walked up to me and she was like, I know you know what you're doing. She said, you brought a lot of deaf people in here, and a lot of deaf people have gotten baptized through your teachings and everything. So I know you know sign language, but I can't help it but sit back there and think sometimes, what if he's just making this all? I'm like, you'll never know. And then other people like after I do.
Wasn't there an interpreter
You'll never know.
that was wrong? That was signing wrong?
There was an interpreter on TV that was pretending to interpret the police.
Mm-hmm. Many times I've seen that happen.
What do you do?
Here, the most recent one I saw was an interpreter that was signing like a weather advisory. And I think she was in Florida, maybe. And yeah, was just making it up. She was just going.
Oh my God.
I was waiting for that.
The whole time I'm like, oh, you for real? Like I can hear the whoever's speaking, so like I know what they're saying. I can read the caption, and I'm just sitting there the whole like I have a hold of my couch, and I am shaking. I am so angry. Y'all just don't understand the danger you put deaf people in that situation. Like they have no idea, and a deaf person that can't read English. And the interpreters are the only source of communication, and you just sitting there thinking it's not that important. If I'm not mistaken, that lady went to jail. I think she went to jail. And she deserved every bit of it. I ain't even mad. She's such a sweet woman. No, she lied.
Mm-hmm.
Big sin, little sin, ain't in my Bible. Is it all equal? You lie? Girl, you get your time. You gonna get it now. All right. Yeah. Oh, another thing people say, like after we had this one, my assistant pastor, name is Stephen Collins. You have to hear a sermon by him at least once in your life. He's amazing. He's really like he's advanced. He's very advanced theology. But to hear him read scripture, you just can't keep up. Like, there's no way to keep up with him. And like, it doesn't matter if you're Spanish interpreting, if you're German interpreting, American Sign Language interpreting. It is hard to keep up with him at the rate that he reads and talks. It's hard. But sometimes I'll be signing, and then after I get done signing, I'll just sit there for a minute. And I'm like, I'm tired, y'all. And Stephen will end every sermon by apologizing. He was like, I want to give a shout out to Jasper. I'm so sorry. You did so good. I'm like, but I'd be tired though. But another thing that happens is like Like I'll sign a whole sermon, and people will come up to me and they'll be like, "Good job, Jasper." And I'm like, "How do you know?" You're telling me good job about something you don't even understand. Like, how do you know I actually did a good job? Like, I could have said everything wrong. I could have told him to go to hell. You would not know. And they were like, "Yeah, I guess that's true." And I'm like, "So thank you for telling me good job. I appreciate it." Back to the class. We have 7 more minutes. Whose turn is it?
Jamie.
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 Your worst student. Your worst student.
Kayla.
How do I say very small?
Or you can just exaggerate small. You can like you'll squint your face together and you'll bring it closer to your body. Small. You're sounding big. It's big. Small. So generally when you're sounding small, you scrunch up and get close together. When you sound big, you want to sound big. Same with interpreting voices. If they're whispering, you sound small. Keep it close and come back. But if they're yelling, you yeah. Music person, don't be afraid to puff your cheeks out. Do it all the time. Like, you will never see me sign wind. I don't sign it. I go. I do it. It's perfectly normal. People share stuff with me all the time on Facebook, like these interpreters being like using their expressions and signing really big and really adding emotion to it. And they're like, "Isn't this amazing? She's so invested." And I'm like, "No, she's not. She's just signing." That's sign language. It's like she's not over invested. She's not investing too much. Like that's literally how sign language is supposed to be done. So yeah. So if you see somebody signing and they're making a lot of faces, don't tag me in it. I've seen it already. It's cute. Yes, I agree. But no, I've seen them. I've seen them all. I'm over it. Okay, Kayla. Come on! I don't know if I shared that story with y'all, but when I was young, like how my mom would like console me. Well, not really console. I would never like distraught, but like every once in a while, I would have like a, "Man, I don't want to be deaf. I want to be able to hear like everybody else can." Every once in a while, I had a pity party like that. But for the most part, I thought it was cool because I didn't have my hearing. And I was whooping everybody at everything I did: baseball, football, basketball, soccer, academic, except for math. I was terrible at math. Like everything, I was beating, and I was like, "I'm deaf, you're hearing, I still beat you. You suck." But anyway, but I would every once in a while I would have like a little pity party, like, "Man, I really wish I could hear. Like, I wish I could hear the waves at the beach or the birds singing, blah blah, stuff like that." And my mom would always say, she said, "But Jasper, you got one up on everybody. And I said, yeah, what's that? And she said, I know you're too young right now and you don't really understand. She said, but one day you're going to have a wife. And I said, a wife? No, girl, she got cooties. She'd be like, no, baby. One day you're gonna have. Well, actually, she said one day you're gonna have a wife or a husband because my mom, she's supportive of LGBT, and she was like, one day you're gonna have a wife or a husband. I'm like, no, I like girls, but I don't want to marry one. Cootie. And she's like, no, listen to me, son. One day you're gonna have a wife. And she said, and this ain't meant, I didn't say this, so don't y'all get mad at me. I did not say this. This is my mom's words, okay? My mom is a woman. She birthed 3 kids. She a woman, right? She said, Jasper, one day you're going to have a wife, and she's going to nag at you. All women nag. So it's inevitable that your wife is going to nag you. And I'm like, okay. She said, but you have the luxury of just turning your hearing aids off and ignoring her completely. I kept that in my heart for 20 more years, y'all. One day I'm going to get a girl, and I'm going to do that to her. Sure enough, I got a girlfriend. Oh, man, she was awesome. She was really cool. She was a really great chick. I don't even know why we broke up, but we broke up. Funny we broke up. And that's not important. But anyway, sure enough, she was nagging at me one day. And I don't even remember. It was something I did. If I'm not mistaken, it was something I did. Like, I'd done something pretty stupid. I think I bought a new car. I should have bought a new car. I still have the car, though. I did something stupid. I don't think that was it. It was something else. But we were sitting in my house, and sure enough, she was nagging at me. She was making dinner. And we had a couple friends over, and she was making dinner, nagging at me, telling me, that it was stupid, and I shouldn't have done it, and blah, blah, blah. And she was standing like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, my kitchen is the own little room, and then there's the dining room, and then where I was sitting in the living room. So she was standing in the doorway of the kitchen, and I'm standing kind of in the living room because I'm about to go back because I just got there, and I'm about to go change my clothes or whatever because I just got off work, and I was hot and sweaty, so I went to shower and change my clothes. So I'm just sitting there listening to her, and I got that face, that face guys get when girls be nagging at them. They just kind of look at you with a dead, soulless look, and they're just listening. And then she just kept on nagging and nagging and nagging, and I was like, I reached up and I turned my hearing aids off. See, now Mama told me I could do it. Mama did not prepare me for the consequences of doing it. That girl threw that whole kitchen at me, y'all. She threw everything at me. I ain't joking. She started grabbing pots and pans and spatulas. And you saw everything flying at you, like I said, everything. And I didn't know what to do. And she broke up with me like 2 days later, but it was unrelated to that incident. I apologized to her, but she didn't like me after that. I ain't never done it again. I'll tell you what, I never will. Not gonna do it. I ain't getting another kitchen thrown at me. Okay, last one. We got to finish the last one.
kitchen thrown at me.
I ain't going through it. That was painful. I got scars. Look, I got scars from it. I think I'm joking. I got a scar on my eye when she hit me. I'm not playing, y'all. She threw the whole kitchen at me. And it wasn't like, no. She was chucking them things at me. Like, you should have seen the look on her face, too, the second I did it. Like, when I turned them off, she just went from, like, I just really think you need to blah, 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 to... And she reached around the corner, and I was like, what you doing? Next thing I know, frying pan. It was brutal.
Oh my God.
It was kind of hot, too, at the same time. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
Jasper, why didn't you send her to jail? That's assault.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I'm dying.
I think it's a guy thing. This is something about like a girl just like slapping you for no reason. Guys be like, man, that was kind of hot. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what it is. Anyway, last statement, last practice, and it's for Corey, and then we will be done because we're a few minutes over now. Okay. Good job. That was it. Everybody, round of applause. Death stop. And pat yourself on the back. Y'all were awesome today. That was a really good class. Everybody made a lot of progress. So great job. I was pointing in my hand. And do we have any questions before I close out? Anything?
I will never forget toilet.
You will never forget toilet. I will make sure of that. I will take a picture of that toilet, and anytime you think about what's the sign for toilet, I'll send it to you. I will. You should not ever forget. But there's a lot of variations for toilet, so keep that in mind when you're learning and memorizing toilet. There are other signs for toilet. Not the toilet itself, but the actions you do on toilet. Like if you gotta go poop, you gotta go poop. You got your 2 legs sitting on the toilet and you're pooping. Yeah, that's one sign. I mean, English has words for it. Well, you don't think sign language has words for poop?
Hilarious.
It's important when you're potty training a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know what I'm saying? You got to kids. Most kids, and this is with Corey, I think yours are a little older, so you don't have to worry about this. But generally with younger children, I'm not really sure. I've never really taught any kids sign language other than teaching parents and parent teaching them. There's a lot of times like kids, you know, they don't have the best control over their hands. And so sometimes like they may not be able to sign a word fully. And so like for example, the word for cat is cat. That's how you sign cat. But you may see a kid that can't quite do that movement, so they'll sign cat. That's perfectly okay. They're young. They don't have full movement of their hand yet. They need to be able to do that. Or you'll see them sign milk, and they'll, like, milk stays here, but you'll see a kid sign, you know, wide open like that. You don't have to correct them on small things. Over time, they'll learn it, and they'll figure out that you're keeping your hand nice and close. But you don't copy their sign. You continue to sign it the right way so that they can learn the right way. And but like I said, I think you said Katie was about to be 10, so she probably has better.
Katie's 9. Josh is 8.
Okay, so yeah, she probably has better movement of her hands already, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else got kids teaching them, but if they're young, just let them do
It's
the
kind
best
of
they
weird
can.
that you said that though, because Joshua's hand development is at a 6, and so because of his growth, so he actually has the hand development of a 6-year-old, even though he's 8.
Wait, say that one more time.
I said his hand development, his bones are actually a 6-year-old, even though he's 8.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, especially with that. You know, is he learning with Katie as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, you just want to be mindful of that. You know, you don't have to, he doesn't have to have it spot on perfect right now. Just you keep signing the right way, and over time, you know, his bones and his muscles will grow used to it, and they will over time start signing the right way as long as you're signing the right way. Now, if you start copying his signs, like I said, if he's signing cat and you start doing that out of habit, he's never going to learn cat. He's going to think, okay, this is cat. And so, yeah, you just want to make sure everybody's consistent. And as long as the hand movement and the location of the sign is correct, that's all that matters for teaching kids. And more, like a kid might sign more, might put their hands together like this, but the movement and the location is the same, so you would leave it alone. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. All right, any more questions? Chelsea,
think we're
you
good.
late, girl. You way behind.
I think they're just joining the normal Zoom. Crystal, can you stop the recording?
Yes, I saw. Yeah, no, I can't. Wow.